we start off with a review. We already know that when there are numbers separated by parentheses, what is it telling you to do? What operations are they telling us to do? Multiply. We say 3 times 6 is 18, but negative 3 times 6 is what kind of 18? Negative 18, all right? Now, what happens if we see a problem and it said y times x? What they want us to do? Put them together. Anytime you multiply variables, you put them together. So they just go x, y. You do not put the y first because it has to be in alphabetical order. Okay? Make sure your variables are in the alphabetical order. I see that mistake all the time. Now, let's try it again. If you have a problem that says p squared, parenthesis, g to the 4th, what's the answer? Very good. G to the 4th, P to the 2nd. Why you don't add that 4 and that 2 together? They're not the same letter. The rule says when multiplying the same base, add the exponent. They're not the same, but they're not the same letter. Just put them side by side. And you notice it started off with P and G. What did we do? Put it in alphabetical order. Exponent it all. Okay? All right, let's do it again. If the problem was 6 p to the 4th times x to the 2nd, what's the answer?
6p4x2.
Very good. Very good. Very good. P4. P4. There we go. Very good. Very good. Whenever you don't have like variables, they go side by side. All right? They just go side by side. That's how the activity was at. So that's a review. Now, let's get the title. In the middle of the paper at the top, this is called Multiplying Polynomials. All right. Now, if you have two polynomials, you got a poly here and a poly here, and there's a sign, that ain't multiplying polynomial, is it? That's what? That's adding polynomials. Now, if you have a poly, my baby said it look like butt cheeks. What's that? Multiplication. Yeah, I said it because I know you ain't going to forget it. That's why I said it. Because I ain't never forgot it. I'm sorry. I can't let it go. All right? If there's no plus between those cheeks, that's multiplication. My baby's insane. Insane. Anyway, so in multiplying, so I know I haven't given y'all a review on this, but this is my way of going back to that. In multiplying polynomials, this is where you use the product rule. All right? This is where you use the product rule. This is when you multiply the same letter, now the exponent is going to change. Now they are. All right? So I have two rules for you. Say steps. We have two steps. All right, here we go. All right, so step one. Step one is to remove the what? Look at y'all. Y'all already know me. All right. Now, when you remove parentheses, nope. I'm just going to show you what I mean. I'm not going to give you no more instructions for that. After you remove parentheses, not rule, step two is to combine what? Yeah. Once you get the first part down, this stuff is all the same. Combine like terms. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. Now, this first one's going to look weird, but I want you to stay with me. Check me out. We got K times K minus 9. All right. Remember this, just for our information. Write this under your rules. That should be step 2, by the way. Under our rules, write negative 3p squared times 4p to the 5th. That's what this stuff is. Okay? When you multiply the two numbers, you get negative 12, right? Right? And p times p, that's when you change the exponent to p to the what? This is all we're doing, the first part we're doing on this lesson. So I have to remind us that first, okay? Anytime you multiply the same letter, the exponent for that's going to change. Here we go. It looks like this. Uh-huh. Negative 12? I did. That's not an equal sign. I missed it. I tried to make it deep, but I missed it. Yeah, it's a negative 12. All right, here we go. You multiply, right? Practice how I'm practicing it. K times that K. All right, K times K. All right. Then I go back to the outside. What kind of K is that on the outside? What kind of K is that? Positive, right? All right. So I said positive K, because I'm on the outside, times what kind of 9? All right. The reason I'm showing you like this is because the one you put in parentheses should match this binomial. You see? K minus 9. You see it? You see it? The one you got in parentheses should match what you have here. Now, you have the same problem you just got done working. K times K. Remember, we multiply the same base. We're going to do what to those exponents? So that's K to the what? Second. And then K times negative 9 is negative 9 what? K. All right. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. The first will be a little rocky. Let me work for a minute. Here we go. Let's try it again. All right. So we have 5m cubed, but in parentheses, I got 3m squared minus m minus 7. We're going to multiply. Remember, you got 3 kids, right? And how many of them you whooping? Boy, they're going to call child abuse on y'all. All of them. You're exactly right. All of them. I need to see that 5m cubed on every term we got. So you're going to make it look like what we did here. Here we go. So the 5m cubed times what, though? 3m squared, or to the second. Then we got to go back outside. And what kind of 5 is that? So you say plus 5m cubed. Hello? Times what kind of m is that? What kind you said? That's right. You got to take that with it, negative m. Then you got to go back out there again. And what kind of 5m cubed is that? What kind is that? You say plus 5m cubed times what kind of 7? If you do this correctly, you should be able to see your 3m squared minus m minus 7. It should be no doubt what you're doing. No doubt what you're doing. Now, it's time to go back to the product rule. This is where your exponent is going to change. Nowhere else. All right? So what do you have? We got, what's our first term?
15
m to the 5th. Good. Plus, well, no, it ain't plus. Let's keep going. We got 5 times negative 1 is what? Negative 5. You see us? You see us? All right. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. M and m to what? All right. And then 5 times negative 7 is negative what? 35. There you go. All right. Next. Huh? You can't never subtract. Okay. And the hybrid lesson is the only time you subtract exponents. What does it look like when you have to subtract exponents? What does that problem look like? Look like a what? When you subtract exponents, what that problem look like a what? A fraction. Like a fraction when you subtract. All right? So we ain't doing that. This is the product rule. This is when we add exponents. Rob, you with me, man? It don't feel like it. I don't feel the love, man. All right, now. So once your parentheses is gone, now it's time to combine the what? Are there any like terms in any one of these problems? So you're done. Remove parentheses, combine like terms. Remove parentheses, Combine. We have no like terms. That's a 5m. I mean, that's an m to the 5th, m to the 4th, m to the 3rd. They are not the same. All right? Let's go to the next one. All right? Let's go over here. Let's say we have negative 6p. And our problem is a binomial. 2p minus 3. And then we have plus 5p. All right. Anytime you see a parenthesis, somebody got to get whooped. Who getting whooped? No. Now somebody, you're going to get in trouble now. Why you can't whoop the 5p? It's not involved. There you go. All right. What does that look like? It looks like this. We got a negative 6p on the outside, right? So negative 6p times what? 2p, right? But we got to go back out. What kind of 6p is that? Negative 6p times what, though? Negative 3. And what's going to happen to that 5p? Just come down. Just come down. All right? Now, it's time to remove the parentheses. Well, we almost done with the parentheses part. All right. So now we have those two numbers. Negative 6 and 2 is what kind of 12? But what happened to those p's? So what's going to happen to the exponent? P to the second. All right. Now we're here with that 6 and that negative 6 and that negative 3. What kind of 18 is that? All right. So we put a plus. And it got a P. It just, the exponent won't go up because we won't have a 1. So it'll stay the same. And then the 5p just does what? All right. Now we have no parentheses. Now it's time to combine the what? Do you see it right off the bat? What makes them like terms? Both of them just got regular p. So if you wanted to, negative 12p squared here. I have no more. So I move to the 18p, and I have another 5p, so I line those up. My final answer is negative 12p squared and 23p. And what sign is in the middle? There you go. If it ain't no dash, it's a plus. If it's positive, it's a plus. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. Here we go. One more time. 5w times 7w plus 3. Almost done with that. Yeah, negative 7w plus 3. I'm sorry. Then on this side, I got negative 2w times 13 minus 9w squared. You got a monomial times a binomial and a monomial times a binomial. All right? That's what I got. If you don't, I'll put that down right. I got a mono times a bi. Then I got a mono times a bi. That means if you got a monomial times another polynomial, you whooping somebody, right? Now, what are we whooping with this 5w? Who getting whooped with that?
Negative 7w.
And the 3. What about this negative 2w here?
13 and negative 9.
There you go. All right. So let's do it. That is 5w times negative 7w. Then we go back to the outside again. Get my belt again. I broke that switch. So it's plus 5w. And then I say times 3. So I'm done whooping my 2 kids. Right? Now Miss Morris got to whoop her kids. She said she ain't going to whoop her. They're going to be bad as hell. All right? So we say, start off, negative 2w. And what we multiplying with it?
13.
Yeah, multiply that 13. Then we got to go back. The switch broke. We got to go back and get it again. Ooh, not that kind of switch. Y'all, can't whoop a child with that kind of switch. Going to jail. Negative 2w times what kind of negative? Well, I just said it.
Negative 9.
Negative 9w squared. A switch in my day meant a big stick off the tree. Y'all be talking about another kind of switch. You can't whoop nobody with that. Not your child. All right. Here we go. So 5 times negative 7 is what kind of 35? Negative 35. But what happened to those w's? W squared. Because 1 and 1, right? Then 5 times 3 is what? 15. You keep the W because you got one. What sign we have between it? Plus sign. Then we say negative 2 times 13 is a negative 26. And there's a W between them. That's all you got. So the W is there. Then, come back. Negative 2 times what? That is a positive 18. And then W times W is W to the what power? All right. No more parentheses. Now it's time to combine the like terms. Do we have any? Yeah, we only got one set. 2 in the middle, right? Looks like this. I know these two together. You want to do that's fine. I'm going to do it the old way. 35W squared. No more. 15W. Go with negative 26W. Then the 18W cubed is by itself. The answer is negative 35W squared minus 9W. 18W cubed. What sign do I have to put right there? There you go. There you go. It is a 3-term degree polynomial, trinomial, I say. It is a 3rd degree trinomial. All right. All right. So, y'all got finished pretty